In the heart of an ancient untamed wilderness, a scene of raw primal conflict unfolds under the oppressive humidity of a realistic wild jungle environment. Towering emerald green canopies drip with moisture, filtering the harsh sunlight into a dappled, almost ethereal glow that dances upon the forest floor. The air, thick and heavy, is a symphony of unseen life, the distant cry of an exotic bird, the incessant buzz of insects, and the rustle of leaves betraying the movement of hidden creatures. The ground is a tangled mat of roots, decaying leaves, and damp earth, leading down to the murky, sluggish waters of a winding river. This is a world governed by instinct, where survival is a moment-to-moment struggle, and the line between predator and prey is constantly redrawn. It is here in this unforgiving paradise that two of the jungle's most formidable apex predators are about to engage in a battle for the ages. A testament to the brutal and beautiful cycle of life and death that defines the natural world. The tension in the air is palpable, a silent prelude to an explosion of violence captured in an Ultra HD dramatic fight moment. Every detail is rendered with breathtaking clarity, from the individual beads of condensation clinging to a fern's frond to the subtle twitch of a muscle beneath reptilian skin. The camera seems to hold its breath, anticipating the inevitable clash. The scene is set on a muddy riverbank where the sluggish water meets the dense undergrowth. The lighting is dramatic, almost theatrical, with shafts of sunlight piercing the canopy-like spotlights, illuminating the combatants in a stark, high-contrast tableau. Shadows writhe and stretch, adding to the sense of impending doom and high drama. This is not merely a nature documentary. It is a cinematic spectacle, a frozen moment of pure and unadulterated conflict where the raw power of nature is displayed in its most visceral and awe-inspiring form. The very atmosphere crackles with an energy that promises a confrontation of epic proportions, a fight that will be etched into the memory of anyone who witnesses it. With a sudden, explosive burst of movement, the confrontation begins as the python initiates its deadly embrace, coiling tightly around the crocodile in a display of immense constrictive power. The snake, a behemoth of muscle and scales, moves with a terrifying grace and speed, its body a thick, sinewy rope of living power. It wraps itself around the crocodile's torso, each successive loop tightening the suffocating grip. The sheer force is visible in the straining of the python's body, its muscles bunching and contracting as it seeks to crush the life from its formidable opponent. The sound is a sickening combination of wet friction as scales grind against scales and the groaning of the crocodile's armored body under the immense pressure. The python's head, with its unblinking obsidian eyes, remains focused and calm, a chilling contrast to the violent struggle of its body. This is the python's ultimate weapon, a slow, inexorable vice of death, and it is being applied with maximum desperate force. In a desperate and terrifying counterattack, the crocodile's jaws snap wide open in defense, a gaping maw lined with rows of sharp, conical teeth. This is the crocodilian's primary weapon, a bone-shattering trap capable of exerting thousands of pounds of pressure per square inch. Caught within the python's deadly coils, the crocodile thrashes its powerful head back and forth, its open mouth a clear and present danger to the constrictor. A guttural hissing roar erupts from its throat, a sound of pure fury and pain that echoes through the jungle clearing. The crocodile twists its body, leveraging its own considerable weight and strength in an attempt to break free or, at the very least, to position itself for a retaliatory strike. Its ancient, intelligent eyes are fixed on its attacker, searching for any weakness, any opportunity to turn its formidable jaws upon the snake's body. The open jaws are a symbol of defiance, a promise of lethal retribution if the python's grip should falter for even a second. The battle rages on the chaotic stage of a muddy riverbank, with splashing water adding a dynamic and messy element to the life-and-death struggle. As the two behemoths wrestle, their immense weight churns the soft earth into a slurry of mud and water. The crocodile, instinctively seeking the advantage of its aquatic home, attempts to drag the python into the deeper parts of the river. The snake, in turn, uses its incredible strength to anchor them to the land, its tail wrapped around a submerged tree root. Each movement sends plumes of muddy water arcing through the air, catching the dramatic light and creating a spray of glistening droplets that hang in the air like scattered jewels. The water splashes against their struggling bodies, coating their scales in a thick layer of grime and making their movements slick and unpredictable. The sound of their thrashing in the shallows is a violent cacophony, a constant reminder of the brutal and chaotic nature of this primal war being waged at the water's edge. This is a scene of high tension, a pure survival battle where every second is critical and the outcome hangs precariously in the balance. The air is thick with desperation and adrenaline. For the python, victory means a massive meal that could sustain it for months. Defeat means becoming a victim itself or suffering a mortal wound from the crocodile's jaws. For the crocodile, the stakes are just as high. Escape means survival, while succumbing to the python's constriction means a slow, agonizing death. There is no strategy beyond the raw, hardwired instincts of predator and prey. It is a contest of endurance and brute strength. Will the python's constrictive power outlast the crocodile's oxygen supply and physical resilience? Or will the crocodile's sharp teeth and raw power find their mark, breaking the python's hold or its very spine? The tension is almost unbearable, a silent, screaming question of who will prevail in this ultimate test of survival. The hyperdata of the shot reveals the intricate textures of the combatants, focusing on their detailed scales, muscles, and sinews. On the python, each individual scale is a masterpiece of natural engineering, overlapping like slick patterned armor that ripples and stretches over the powerful muscles contracting beneath. You can almost feel the smooth, dry texture and the incredible power coiled within its form. In stark contrast, the crocodile's hide is a rugged landscape of thick, bony scutes and leathery skin, a formidable armor plating forged over millions of years of evolution. Veins stand out on the python's body as it exerts maximum pressure, and the powerful muscles in the crocodile's neck and jaw bulge with the strain of its resistance. The level of detail is so profound that the fight becomes a tactile experience, a close-up examination of the biological machinery of two perfect killing machines locked in a deadly embrace. The scene is drenched in cinematic lighting and deep, dramatic shadows, elevating the raw, natural conflict into a piece of high art. The strong, directional light, perhaps from a low-hanging sun breaking through the clouds, carves the forms of the two reptiles out of the darkness. It creates bright, specular highlights that glint off the wet scales and the surface of the churning water, while plunging other areas into profound shadow. This chiaroscuro effect adds a powerful sense of drama and three-dimensionality to the scene. The shadows themselves seem to be alive, moving and shifting with the struggle, hiding and then revealing a snapping jaw or a tightening coil. This is not the flat, even lighting of a typical nature documentary. It is the deliberate, artistic lighting of a blockbuster film designed to evoke emotion, heighten the tension, and focus the viewer's attention on the brutal beauty of the life-and-death struggle unfolding before them. The composition is an intense close-up action composition, pulling the viewer directly into the heart of the conflict with an unnerving intimacy. The frame is filled with the writhing bodies of the python and the crocodile, leaving little room for the surrounding environment. This tight framing eliminates all distractions, forcing the audience to confront the raw violence of the moment head-on. The camera angle is low, looking up at the magnificent beasts, which makes them appear even more massive and powerful. This perspective places the viewer at ground level, almost as if they are lying on the muddy riverbank just inches away from the deadly struggle. The proximity is both thrilling and terrifying. You are not a distant observer. You are a participant, close enough to see the fury in the crocodile's eye, the strain in the python's coils, and every splash of mud and water. This intense, close-up perspective ensures that the raw power and savage intensity of the moment are felt with maximum impact. This entire visual narrative is engineered to create a viral YouTube thumbnail style. An image so compelling and dramatic that it is impossible to ignore. The central action, the python's death grip, and the crocodile's defiant, open-mouthed, raw forms, a perfect, dynamic focal point. The vibrant, saturated colors of the jungle. The dramatic contrast of light and shadow, and the explosive action of splashing water are all key elements designed to grab attention in a crowded feed. The image poses a dramatic question: who wins? The sheer spectacle of two iconic apex predators locked in a mortal struggle is inherently clickable. The title, Python vs. Crocodile, Shocking Real Battle, perfectly complements the visual, promising a rare and breathtaking spectacle of nature at its most raw and unforgiving. This is not just a photograph. It is a perfectly crafted piece of digital bait, a gateway to a moment of pure, unscripted wildlife drama that promises to shock, awe, and captivate a global online audience.